thinking about moving to the Portland metro area, you are probably overwhelmed already because everybody keeps on telling you different suburb is the best. But here is the problem. Most of those recommendations are completely wrong for your situation. I work with buyers relocating here every single week, and I can tell you this. The suburb people think they want at the beginning is almost never where they end up buying. So in this video, I'm ranking the top 10 suburbs across the Oregon and Southwest Washington from worst to best, and more importantly, I'm going to show you where people start, where they usually pivot, and which areas actually make sense depending on how you live. Because once you understand how this metro really works, your top choices will change fast. Now, quick geography. The entire metro connects through Portland International Airport. It sits in the north side of Portland along the river. So whether you are in Oregon or Washington, you're usually within 20 to 45 minutes to the airport, and that directly impacts who chooses each area and why. If we haven't met, I'm Daniela. I'm a local real estate agent, and I help people relocate here every single week. Just like you, if you have any questions, my information is below. Now let's get started. Number 10 is Estacada. Estacada comes in at number 10, and it's not random. It's the suburb that attracts a very specific buyer, but for most people relocating to Portland, it's going to feel too far removed from daily convenience. Let's talk about the distance and location. It's about 35 miles to downtown Portland, typically 45 to 55 minutes depending on the traffic. And one of the biggest trade-offs, it's around 50 to 60 minutes to Portland International Airport. That distance alone eliminates it for a lot of buyers. Who actually lives in Estacada? Estacada attracts buyers who are prioritizing land over everything else. Acreage buyers, people with RVs, boats, all kinds of equipment, hobby farmers, buyers priced out of larger lots closer to the metro area. This is not a typical suburban buyer profile. Why people are drawn to Estacada? The appeal is simple: space, privacy, and quiet. You are not dealing with HOA rules, you're not dealing with tight neighborhoods or heavy traffic. It feels removed from the metro area. Now let's talk about amenities and daily life. This is where expectations shift. There is no Costco, there is no Trader Joe's, no major retail hubs. Most people rely on Oregon City or Happy Valley for shopping, so daily life requires planning. However, on the other hand, outdoor lifestyle, this is where Estacada shines. It is 25 to 30 minutes to Mount Hood, 1 hour to skiing, close to rivers, camping, and hiking. If you are outdoorsy, this is a major advantage. Let's talk about transit and commuting. There is no max, very limited transit. It's fully car dependent. With housing and neighborhoods, you see larger lots, rural feel, and wide variation of home and quality sizes. What buyers don't expect is how far everything feels, lack of convenience, longer drives for basic errands. Simple way to think about it is Estacada equals land and privacy and not convenience or accessibility. And now the final takeaway: if you want space above all else, Estacada works. But for most buyers relocating to Portland, it's just too far out to be practical. Number 9, we are jumping to Washington to Battleground. Battleground ranks number 9, and it's essentially the Washington version of more space for less money. When it comes to distance and location, it's about 25 miles to downtown Portland, 40 to 50 minutes commute, and around 35 to 45 minutes to Portland International Airport. Who actually lives here? Buyers looking for affordability on the Washington side, families wanting larger homes, remote workers, people priced out of Camas and Vancouver. Why people are drawn to it? Bigger homes for less money, slower pace, and less congestion. For amenities and daily life, you will find a Safeway, Fred Meyer, local restaurants, but no major lifestyle centers or large retail hubs. Most bigger shopping happens in Vancouver. When it comes to outdoor and lifestyle, it is 40 minutes to the Columbia River Gorge. It's 1.5 hours to Mount Hood and 1.5 to 2 hours to the coast. When it comes to public transportation, it has very limited public transportation, no max, heavy reliance on driving. When it comes to housing in neighborhoods, it has very suburban and rural mix, larger lots than Vancouver, and less density. What buyers don't expect, however, is limited convenience, longer commute times, fewer amenities nearby. Battleground equals affordability and space, but less convenience and accessibility. Final takeaway on Battleground: this works if you want more house for the money, but it comes at a cost of time and access. Gresham comes in at number 8, and this one is all about location with variability. It's about 17 miles to downtown Portland, 30 to 40 minutes commute, and 20 to 30 minutes to Portland International Airport. Who lives here? Budget-conscious buyers and first-time home buyers. Buyers entering the market, people wanting access to the gorge, commuters using Max. Why people are drawn to Gresham? There are lower price points, stronger outdoor access, and decent proximity to Portland. Here you will definitely find Costco that is close by, Fred Meyer, Safeway, big box retail, and daily life is a little bit more convenient. Public transportation: Max has its blue line that runs directly through Gresham. This is a major advantage for commuting. The outdoor and lifestyle: it is 15 to 25 minutes to the Columbia River Gorge, 1 hour to Mount Hood, one of the best outdoor access points. When it comes to housing and neighborhoods, this is key. It's very neighborhood dependent. Some areas are great and some areas are not so great. What buyers don't expect is inconsistency between neighborhoods, perception differences, and need to be selective. Gresham equals value and location, but requires smart buying. So Gresham can be a great option if you pick the right area. Number 7, Hillsboro, Oregon. Hillsboro ranks 7th, and this is one of the most practical areas to tech-driven buyers. It's about 20 miles to downtown Portland, 35 to 50 minutes commute, 35 to 45 minutes to the Portland International Airport. Who lives here? Tech professionals, Intel employees, buyers wanting newer construction, families relocating for jobs. Why people are drawn to it? Well, again, job proximity, newer homes, and planned communities. It definitely has Costco, Trader Joe's, Winco, or Renko Station, parks, and trails. When it comes to public transportation, there is Max Blue Line access here. It is only 1 hour and 20 minutes to the coast, and its closest suburb to the beach access. When it comes to housing and neighborhood, it's new construction heavy, organized communities, and less variation. What buyers don't expect is distance from Portland and the suburban feel versus the city feel. Hillsboro equals convenience for tech industries and tech industry professionals, but the distance is a trade-off. Great for value and jobs, but location matters. Number 6, Oregon City, Oregon. Oregon City come in at number 6, and this is where a lot of buyers land when they're trying to find balance. It's about 13 miles from downtown Portland, typically 25 to 35 minutes depending on traffic, around 30 to 40 minutes to Portland International Airport. Oregon City attracts buyers who are moving up but still are price conscious, families needing a little bit more space, buyers leaving Gresham or Portland, people who want a suburban feel without going too far out. Why people are drawn to Oregon City? Well, there is more house for the money than closer suburbs. There's easy access to 205. It's very established. The neighborhoods are established with some character, and it feels like a step up without going fully rural. Amenities and daily life: you definitely have your Fred Meyer, Safeway, grocery outlet, easy access to Costco and Camas, and a small but improving historic downtown and restaurants and local spots. There is a $5 billion project for a new waterfront in Westland and Oregon City area. Supposedly it will happen soon. We don't know when exactly. They keep on pushing it, but if that happens, it will definitely increase the values in the area. For transit and commuting, bus system only, no Max line, and most people are driving. It's only 40-45 minutes to the Columbia River Gorge. It's about 1.5 hours to the coast, and you are reasonably close to everything, but not closest to anything. When it comes to housing and neighborhoods, it's a mix of older homes and newer developments, more space than closer suburbs, but there's still some larger lots available. And what buyers don't expect is it doesn't feel as polished as places like Happy Valley. It has limited walkability and still competitive pricing for what you can get. Oregon City equals middle ground. Not the cheapest, not the nicest, and not the closest. Final takeaway, Oregon City works for a lot of buyers, but it doesn't really stand out in any one category. Quick pause if you're watching this and trying to figure out where you fit. Don't try to solve this alone. Every one of the suburbs works for a different type of buyer, and what I do with my clients is help them narrow this down based on commute, lifestyle, and budget. So if you're planning to move, reach out. Even if you're just in the early stages, I'll point you in the right direction. Number 5, Vancouver, Washington. Vancouver comes in at number 5, and this one is one of the most talked about areas for a reason. When it comes to distance and location, it's about 10 to 15 miles to downtown Portland, typically 20 to 35 minutes, but this depends heavily on bridge traffic. About 15 to 25 minutes to Portland International Airport too. Vancouver attracts tax-conscious buyers and commuters, people working in Oregon but living in Washington, buyers trying to avoid Oregon income tax, families wanting more house for their money. Why people are drawn to Vancouver: no state income tax, close proximity to Portland, rapid growth and development. When it comes to amenities and daily life, this is where Vancouver's strengths are. There is Costco, there is Trader Joe's, there is Target, Vancouver Mall, the new waterfront district with a lot of restaurants and bars. You have everything you need locally. For transit and commuting, there is the C-Tran bus system, no Max Rail unfortunately, so driving is still the primary mode. What buyers don't expect is bridge traffic. This is the biggest factor. A commute that looks like 20 minutes on paper can turn into 45 to an hour during peak hours. When it comes to lifestyle, it is 30 to 40 minutes to the Columbia River Gorge. It's about 1 hour and 15 to 20 minutes to Mount Hood and 1.5 hours to 2 hours to the coast. When it comes to housing in neighborhoods, it's a wide range of neighborhoods. Some are newer with newer developments and some are older areas with older looking homes. It's less consistent than Camas. Simple way to think about it is Vancouver equals convenience plus tax appeal, but it has traffic risk. Final takeaway, Vancouver makes sense for a lot of buyers as long as you fully understand the commute reality. Number 4, Beaverton, Oregon. Beaverton comes in at number 4, and this is one of the most dependable choices in the entire metro. It's about 7 to 10 miles to downtown Portland, 20 to 30 minutes commute, and it's about 25 to 45 minutes to Portland International Airport depending on which part of Beaverton you live. Who actually lives here? Beaverton attracts buyers prioritizing convenience. 9 key employees, families, buyers relocating who want a safe choice. Because Beaverton has a strong job proximity, established suburban feel, and reliable school options. When it comes to amenities and daily life, this is where Beaverton shines. It has its own Costco, Trader Joe's, Whole Foods, Washington Square Mall, tons of restaurants and retail. Daily life is extremely convenient. When it comes to transit, Max, Red, and Blue lines run through Beaverton, and this gives you direct access to the airport and downtown. Beaverton is about 1 hour and 20 minutes to the coast, about 1.5 hours to Mount Hood, and about 1 hour to the Columbia River Gorge. When it comes to housing and neighborhoods, it's a mix of older and newer homes, very established neighborhoods, some newer neighborhoods, newer developments. But what buyers do not expect is prices have climbed significantly. Some areas feel kind of outdated, and it's a very, very competitive market. Simple way to think about it, Beaverton is safe when it comes to investment, convenient, and reliable. So final takeaway, if you don't want to overthink your decision, Beaverton is one of the safest bets. Number 3, Tigard. Tigard comes in at number 3, and this is one of the most underrated areas in the metro. When it comes to distance and location, it's about 10 to 12 miles to downtown Portland. It's 20 to 30 minutes commute only, 25 to 35 minutes to the Portland International Airport, which makes it really, really convenient. So who actually lives here? Practical buyers like families, buyers who want ease of living, people who don't care about hype. Why people are drawn to Tigard is because it has strong central location, good value compared to Beaverton, and easy freeway access. It's also close to Washington Square Mall, Costco nearby, restaurants, retail, services, everything is close and easy. When it comes to transit, there is a good bus system. There is the West Commuter Rail, which has limited use. So mainly car dependent again. For lifestyle, it's about 1 hour and 20 minutes to the coast, 1 hour and 30 minutes to Mount Hood, and 1 hour to the Gorge. When it comes to housing in neighborhoods, Tigard has more consistency than many suburbs. It has planned neighborhoods and good balance of old and new. What buyers don't expect here is less name recognition and not as flashy as other suburbs. Tigard equals ease and livability. Final takeaway on Tigard, this is one of the best places for everyday life without the premium pricing of other areas nearby. Number 2 is Happy Valley, Oregon. Happy Valley comes in at number 2, and this is one of the fastest growing suburbs in the region. When it comes to distance and location, it's about 13 to 15 miles to downtown Portland, 25 to 35 minutes commute, and 20 to 30 minutes to Portland International Airport. And it really depends on which part of Happy Valley you live. I've driven and I've taken that distance in about 15 minutes. Who actually lives here? Happy Valley attracts move-up buyers and families. Buyers wanting newer homes, people relocating from out of state, families prioritizing clean, modern neighborhoods. People are drawn to Happy Valley because of the new construction, because how clean and safe it is, and because of the master planned communities. When it comes to amenities and daily life, it has its New Seasons, Fred Meyer, Safeway, restaurants, gyms, bars, services. Everything is newer and well developed. It has limited public transit, so mostly car dependent again. It's only 45 minutes to Mount Hood, about 45 minutes to the Gorge, and about 2 hours to the coast. When it comes to housing and neighborhoods, it has mainly newer homes, higher density, and HOA communities. There are still areas where there is a lot of land, but it's very limited. What buyers don't expect is smaller lots, homes closer together, and increasing congestion. Happy Valley equals new and polished, and our final takeaway is it's great for lifestyle and new construction, but you are paying for it. Now let's go to our number 1, Camas, Washington. Camas comes in at number 1, and it's not random. This is the suburb that consistently gives buyers the best overall balance of lifestyle, location, and long-term value. When it comes to distance and location, it's about 20 miles to downtown Portland, typically 25 to 35 minutes, depending on traffic. And one of its biggest advantages is it's only 15 to 20 minutes to the Portland airport. That airport access is a big deal, and it directly affects who chooses to live here, who actually lives in Camas, and this matters. When you start working in this market, you notice patterns. Camas attracts a very specific type of buyers. A lot of airline employees and frequent travelers, pilots, flight attendants, people who travel weekly for work, because being 15 to 20 minutes to the airport makes their life dramatically easier. It also attracts people who commute but want distance from Portland professionals, and Portland buyers leaving Multnomah County too for quieter environment, Washington residents who want access to Oregon jobs, and then the biggest group, families prioritizing schools and stability, strong school reputation, clean and consistent neighborhoods. Camas has a very different feel compared to places like Vancouver or Happy Valley. It's more structured, more consistent, more community driven. It doesn't feel chaotic or overbuilt. It feels intentional. Schools are a major driver here. The Camas School District is one of the biggest reasons people move here. Even buyers who weren't originally considering Washington end up here because of the schools, amenities, and daily life Camas keeps a balance at. You've got a walkable downtown with restaurants, coffee shops, boutiques, easy access to larger retail in Vancouver like Costco, Trader Joe's, Target, major shopping, grocery stores. So your daily life feels calm and local, but still connected to everything you need. And when it comes to outdoors, Camas is one of the best positioned suburbs for outdoor access. You've got Lacamas Lake right in town, miles of trails and parks. It's 25 minutes to Columbia River Gorge, 1 hour and 15 minutes to Mount Hood, 1.5 to 2 hours to the Oregon and Washington coast. So whether you are into hiking, skiing, or just getting out of the city, this location works really well. Transit and commuting. When it comes to transit and commuting, again, limited options for transportation. It's basically driving because you're not close enough to Vancouver. However, because you are on the east side of Vancouver, you avoid some of the worst bridge congestion compared to central Vancouver commuters. When it comes to housing and neighborhoods, One of the biggest strengths of Camas is consistency. You are not getting random rundown homes next to $1 million homes. Obviously, there are still some variation in the neighborhoods, but you get a little bit more predictable and well-maintained communities. And that matters more than people think, especially long-term. What buyers don't always expect is there are trade-offs. Prices are higher than the surrounding areas. Inventory can be competitive, not really big on nightlife and city energy location. And also, Camas is not for someone who wants urban living. Simple way to think about it, Vancouver equals convenience and growth, Camas equals stability and lifestyle. So final takeaway, if you want strong schools, easy access, clean, quiet neighborhoods, and long-term livability, Camas is one of the safest bets in the entire metro area, and that's why it's consistently ranks at number 1, and people love living here. Now, here is the biggest takeaway from everything we just covered. There is no best suburb. There is only the one that fits your lifestyle. And what most people realize after they actually come out here and start touring is that their priorities shift. What mattered online doesn't matter as much in real life. I'll see you on the next one.